on the point where Krishna keeps his bhakti, devotional service hidden. He gives everything if somebody asks. You ask for money, he gives. Fame, he gives. Beautiful husband, wife, he gives. Even liberation, mukti, he gives, given. But if you ask him for, give me your bhakti, Krishna, your devotional service, that he does not give. He keeps it hidden. We discussed this point. It was a, as I said, very philosophical class. And although I was very reluctant, because we've got beginners program also, devotees, intermediate, still all right, intermediate, a little better, but it was very new, taxing also, philosophical driven. But it was important, I felt, for my own self. So we spoke that discussion. Now, anybody remembers, although I told you not to make notes, there was a ploy. So anyone may have anything to say? What did you remember from last week's class? Because it should not happen. We are doing part 2. So it should not happen that, yes, I'm fresh now. I'm completely fresh now. So if we are fresh and we don't remember anything, then what is the point in having part 2? So let us see. Who remembers anything, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, you can say one point, okay? Otherwise, everybody will repeat the same points. Let's hear from others. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji, I can remember that any material things I made notes. So I
That's
can...
all right. That's okay. That's very good.
Yes, Prabhuji, the topic which we discussed, the first point where you asked about why do we do devotional service or what is the end goal of our devotional service. And then the answer was any material things or liberation Krishna gives immediately to devotees, but pure devotional service or bhakti is not given easily. So this is the point I can remember, and we need to establish our relationship with Krishna. So these were the 2 points which we discussed on it.
That's right. Thank you, Mother. Because we all eventually came to the point that we are performing devotional service so that we can go back to Godhead. So to a certain extent, it's a very good thing. It's pious, it's pure also, it's spiritual too, but not perfection. Perfection is not that. So we discussed that point. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay. Anybody else? Because we'll have to hear from others also, not just a few people.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yes, Mother. Hare Krishna.
We discussed like the most important, we read in the pulpit the most important line that he said that in pure devotional service, the relationship is established between Krishna and the devotee, and how important it is to establish that relationship. We say that liberation is always at the doorstep of a devotee waiting to serve, but he does not accept it. That's very difficult for me to digest it, but I found that very...
It's a new thing. It's not easy.
Yes, yes.
That's why I said I was a little reluctant to speak on these topics.
Yeah.
Because I said if the more questions, then more deeper can go. So not many questions, then we'll just skip through and move on. But that's what we did. I gave information. Now let us see. With others. Very nice. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for training us.
Very good.
Prabhuji, there was
how's your arm? How's your arm healing?
It's good, Prabhuji. Next week, around Thursday, stitches will get open, so I can wear shirts and all properly.
Yes. Then you can swim. You're not swimming now.
No,
The rains are still coming everywhere in India. So you're not swimming now. Okay. You'll drown. No, you can still swim with two legs and one hand. You can still stay afloat.
There are stitches.
That's it, so you
Yeah.
can't. It would be a young man, so it will be the healing very fast. Good. All the best to you. Yes, please, please.
Now, Prabhuji, we also discussed like the point that Divyanshu Mataji illustrates that there is a relationship established between Krishna and devotee. That's why we was like you said, that's why we do chanting. And chanting is an expression of love. We love Krishna, that's why we do chanting. We don't have any motives. It's an expression of love. That was the point for me.
Yes, that's right. As we go deeper in the subject matter, we probe deeper. It is all kinds of expressions, emotions that one experiences. Say in classical singing, for example, different bhavs, they are all given in Bhagavatam. So, yeah, very good. Very, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, sorry about yes, please.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji, I am actually not in my hometown right now.
Yes. You wrote to us. Yeah, no problem.
Yes, Prabhuji. So the points that first of all, thank you, Prabhuji, for the lecture last week also, Prabhuji. So the points that I remember and other devotees also mentioned. The first point that you asked us the question, what is the end goal of devotional service? Right, and like there is so much time for me just to understand what also going to Godhead
The
means.
funny thing was, when I asked the question, everybody said, "Oh, because I love for Krishna, all those things." But when I probed more, then the real truth came about to go back to Godhead. Very few said no, like you said no. But that is true. Whatever is the truth should come out. Then only we can have discussion, honest discussion. Yes. Please continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. And I remember the point that you also discussed with us in Vrindavan also, that the devotional service should be unmotivated and uninterrupted, as we have studied so many times. So I was thinking about that point, Prabhuji, and the most important point, that the relationship is established between Krishna and us. So as you already gave a disclaimer before the class, like it is very, very difficult for me to understand what exactly to not understand, but to realize what exactly it means. Thank you, Prabhuji, for that.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Uh, Thank you for the class last week. Thank you
Hare
all the
Krishna.
devotees for sharing the realization. There were plenty of points, lot of things I don't even know I understood or not. But a few points which I remember is already everyone has mentioned that the first question was that mind-boggling question, that why you are doing this devotional service. I never thought about it actually, but that day I did, and uh, this week, whole week, I thought about that the answer I gave was correct or not, or what I was doing till now. But that was the thing. And the other point which I remember is you said that if a devotee wants material desires or anything materially or liberation, Krishna delivers it. But pure devotional service, he keeps it hidden. Because Krishna is master, his spiritual master, he has all kinds of relationship. Yet he is servant. Yet he's the order carrier also. This is only possible with bhakti, but he doesn't give bhakti easily, because when he gives you bhakti, he is bound to a devotee. You are establishing that relationship with Krishna to get that bhakti. So he gets bound to you. So he doesn't give it that easily. And the real success of life is establishing that relationship with Krishna. The other point which I remember is, when you love Krishna, you can't say that I love you, but I can't do this service. I can't do chanting, or I can't read books. So that was the thing I was thinking about. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So, as we've discussed, that it is re-establishing the relationship. We already had that relationship, but we have forgotten that. And we are re-establishing it. So he has a right to say, are you sure? Or we just remember, we woke up now, so we say, yeah, Krishna, I'm yours. And then again we forget in next moment, Yeah, okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much for last class and today as well. So what I remember is that you mentioned that for devotee, mukti is not that important. Also you said that therefore the devotees, therefore attractive to live in Vrindavan, like their water and land and trees, and to serve Krishna. That I remember, and also you said that one can understand Krishna by serving Mahat soul. So these points I remember Prabhuji from last. Hare Krishna.
By serving, sorry?
By serving Mahat soul. That's what
Mahat
I.
Sevaya. Mahat Sevaya. Yeah, okay.
Mahat
Pure
Sevaya.
devotee of Krishna. Yes. Thank you. Hare
Sorry,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, I think I wrote soul instead of Sevaya.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
That's Mahat soul, same pure soul. That's okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your class and nice things. Yeah, I remember that you explaining those 5 types of liberations. Devotees, they, Salukya, Samipya, and all those. But the pure devotees, and in the question, particularly I remember that you asked her, why are we doing chanting? If our motive is something behind doing chanting, then it is different. So if going back to Godhead, so I remember that you asked that before, not this class, but other occasion, that what devotional service leads to. So devotional service leads to devotional service. So even if you're going to go back to Godhead, what are we going to do there? Are we going there for resort, like uh, enjoying our senses? No. So devotional service, we're doing there also devotional service. So devotional service leads to devotional service. And doing chanting is that's, yes, rightly, it's expression of our love to Krishna. It's probably these few points I remember. Hare Krishna.
Yuga Dharma too. That is the only thing. Nothing else.
Okay.
Nothing else is Yuga Dharma. Only chanting of the Hare Krishna. Chanting means Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, recitation of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, discussion is also chanting. But that is Yuga Dharma. Nothing else is Yuga Dharma. No yagna, no deity worship, no nothing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, right. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that all? Nobody else wants to say anything? Okay, it's up to you. My role as a servant is to answer the questions and try to engage everyone in Krishna's service. That way I'm engaged in Krishna's service, in all of your service. So it's up to you. Now you have to take the lead. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're blank, then part 2, what we're going to discuss today, will also be blank. And then it will remain blank. So these are Hare Krishna. We have tried to make it as a education institution. It's a study group. It's not more than a study group. It may sound small, study group. We are bigger because there are other now devotees who are trained up, so they have their own programs. So they have their own groups, study groups. It's expanded. But eventually in the heart, we are a study group. So to teach, you require somebody. That's what we are doing. Simple. And if you keep it simple like this, then it will expand. Because ultimately, Krishna, Guru Srila Prabhupada wanted intelligent class of people to be attracted to Krishna consciousness. Of course, everybody can be attracted. We are going to discuss it today. So now, if we say that Krishna has hidden his devotion, it's not pure devotion, his devotion only. That is pure devotion to Krishna. Because we may remember him once, we forget him once. If we remember, forget, forget. We are victims of Maya. So when that Maya's curtain is removed, and we can remember always, so the curtain removal is done by Krishna. Only on his request, Maya Devi's curtain is removed, and our illusions are removed. So all this knowledge that we get, this knowledge, when we implement it, becomes spiritual. And knowledge is spiritual, but for us, when we implement this knowledge in our lives, and what we experience, that is spiritual, adhyatmik. And Bhagavad Bhakti is devotion to Krishna. It's the topmost form of a relationship with Krishna. So relationship we already have, but we have forgotten. So reviving it is Krishna consciousness. We said all these things all this while. But when it was shaken up to say where going back to Godhead is not the real motive, then you have a side motive. And that's why no doubt our disturbance is there in chanting, because we've got hidden motives here there. I love Krishna because even in this material world, if you love somebody because something, is it pure love? I love because you love the person. Full stop. So how can we then deal with Krishna? We are doing business dealing with Krishna. And we speak very nicely. In the past also we had discussions about Prahlad Maharaj saying, I'm not doing business dealing with you. To Prahlad Maharaj. We felt so happy. So nice. Prahlad Maharaj has said so nice. Very good. And we didn't realize we were doing the same thing, business dealing. Last week. That's why we are number one foolish people. We are number one foolish. If we think like this, which we are, including me, we are number one foolish. We have a long way to go. But it can be like this also. We can reach like this. It's all in our hands, how we use it. So now in all this difficulty, with all these misconceptions that we have, knowledge was given at the beginning. Anyone that comes to the program, first thing Prabhupada teaches, is revival of Krishna consciousness, a revival of a lost relationship. That's what we teach everyone, right? It's reviving, it's inert within us. But we don't realize it. We minimize it. Because such a big knowledge is given just like that. So we don't appreciate it. We never ask the question. That's why it was given to us without asking questions. So we don't understand. Yeah. Then we say that chanting has to be done to do what? We go back to Godhead. Yes, I want to go back to Godhead. That's how we preach. It's a carrot given to people to say, listen, this material world is foolishness. So, yeah, that's right. I want to go back to Godhead. I want to go back to Godhead. Even if we go and tell you first, chanting is done, do a service so that you can love Krishna more and more. That's it. So what? If I love Krishna, I have to love more so that what will I gain? Love more? What? I don't want to do that. But if you say, no, you will go back to Godhead. There is no life, no death, no time, all spiritual. Yeah. I want to go back to Godhead. I want to Krishna, and I will cry and all those things when I'm chanting. I want to go to Godhead. But that is, I say again, not the real motive. So now slowly it is coming out. I told you, don't follow me. I'll cheat you. In front of you only I cheated you. Although I told you the truth, you see. Because I'm cheated myself. I cheat myself. So, but I can tell you one thing. I'll show you what is the source of knowledge. So you can read yourself and not be cheated. You don't have to follow me at all. Don't follow me. It is best. Because I'm lost. You see. So don't look. You should be lost. You follow Prabhupada and you go somewhere right, perfect place. Go back to Godhead. Because that's what we're going to do in Krishna Loka, is it not so? What will we do in Krishna Loka? What will we do with him? Eat. Radharani will cook for Krishna and we'll eat. but I eat more salt, I eat less sugar, I eat more sugar. Oh God. You're so rascal we are. Number one rascal we are. You know, the first thing you should tell us, I'm number one rascal. So you must go and find another nice person who teaches you, who doesn't call you a rascal. Who calls you, you're very good. You're very nice. You're very, very intelligent. Oh, very good. But give me some money. We say we don't want your money, but you're rascal number one. That's why we're telling you rascal. If you take your 1 rupee, you remember I gave him 1 rupee and then rascal is calling me rascal. Yeah, this is the reason why hidden motive, Rascal. We are all rascals, number one. So now the question arises. So if this is so difficult, Krishna is not giving us his devotional service. But there is no other way. Otherwise, we're struggling in the material world. We'll keep on struggling. So what is the solution? Who thought about this solution? Who thought about this? Anybody thought like this? Just raise your hand, please. So what is the outcome of this, man? What is it? Nobody, only one person thought. Everybody else was sleeping, he said. Good on you guys. Best. Go to sleep. The world is all right. I'll sleep. But there's one more hand up. Okay, Rishabh thought. Very good. You're a new beginners program. It was shocking for you. My God, you got this all third degree in a first class only. Normally it will take about 2 years, is it not so? We have debates for the beginners program and we've got nice classes and happy and lucky and dancing and jokes and all that. Yeah, the first thing was dang, beaten you up in the in a cell, big beating going on. So Rishabhji, you don't have to go back to you. We don't go back to Godhead. That's not the true reason why you become devotee. You just become devotee so you can become better devotee. You want to come to the program again next week? We won't be surprised if you say, I don't want to come here. I don't want to be. What is this devotee, 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 devotee? I want to grow more. I want to become God. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm a devotee even now. Yeah, I want to become devotee. What is this? I want to go back to Krishna and become devotee. Yes, but I want to become Krishna. We are telling you, no, you are thinking you are Krishna now. And from there, we are changing you to become, you are not Krishna, you are devotee of Krishna. You understand this? Right now we think, I like this, I hate that, I hate this color, I like that. Who asked you? You see, two people meet, they talk about somebody else. And one person speaks, that person is bad, that is wrong. And this person says, you're right. It is so bad, he's so bad, he speaks like this, she does like this, she looks like that, she looks like that, this color she is wearing. Who's asking you this? Did anybody ask your opinion? And keep your mouth shut. Simple, is it not so? If I tell you, you are rascal, then you can say, he's calling me rascal. I'm not calling you rascal. This person is walking, he looks nice. You say, he's a very proud person. He looks very nice. What man? She's very intelligent. He says, she's very intelligent. And you are envious because she's intelligent. The whole world is like this. Man. Why are you envious? Yeah. She's favorite of the boss or he's favorite of the boss. You say, he's favorite of the boss. You become envious. Why? He's rich, you are envious. He's poor, you are envious. No, you are happy. Why are you? Still, the connection is there, Why are you feeling happy if somebody is poor? Somebody is struggling, you are happy. Why is there a connection? Enviousness. All these are about connections, enviousness. If somebody is happy, you are sad, connection. Why are you feeling sad when he's happy? If somebody is sad, you are happy. Again, a connection is there, reverse connection. Why this connection? You see, this is the folly of the material world. And we are completely engrossed in this folly, enjoying it. We are enjoying our suffering, as Maharshi Goswami Maharaj Gurudev says. Enjoy your suffering. And we are enjoying our suffering. And we have to be told like this before. There is nothing spiritual in this, what I'm talking right now. There's nothing spiritual. It's common sense. Yeah. Somebody calls you, you are a fool. It's okay, it's your opinion. You can just say that much and walk away. But no, we'll be very upset about this. He's calling me a fool. You are a fool. Your father is a fool, your grandfather is a fool, your great grandfather is also a fool. But he's calling you a fool. You give validity to his opinion, value, then you can say, okay, I'm feeling hurt because you're calling me a fool. But if you don't value the opinion, what is the difficulty? You tell me one thing. You're walking on the road and a dog barks at you. Will you give a second hoot to the dog? You just walk away, right? Now, if I tell you the dog is telling you in his language, hey, you fool, you rascal human being, Ambarish, your pant is so bad, you smell so bad, you are rascal number one. Wow, wow, wow. He's calling like this. If I tell you this, if you can understand dog's language, then you'll have connection with him. You say, why are you calling me like this? You know, some bark, you start barking at the dog. Wow, wow. Other people are saying, what is he doing? Should I understand dog language? So I'm repeating it. I'm answering him. He's calling me a fool. So I'm calling him back a fool. I'm calling his father a fool. And there's a dog barking going on between both of you. Man, the whole television channels will come. So look at this man. So it is good. We don't understand dog language. Dog is calling us a fool. We don't know. We just walk away. That is how it is. Somebody calls you a fool. So okay. Just say okay and walk away. Say, but why did you get upset? Say, because I don't value his opinion. Just like the same person will come and say, you know something? I am today pronouncing you the Prime Minister of India. Will you take him lightly? Will you take him seriously? No, no. You say this is his opinion. I don't take him seriously. So why are you taking seriously when he's calling you number one fool? See, this is our common sense. We are uncommon. We boil our blood for no reason. Foolishness. So we teach knowledge. People want to accept the knowledge. Good for you. Otherwise, no need to accept. I'm also fool only. This knowledge is for my benefit, not yours. Okay? So for beating knowledge, let's get more beating now. So what is the what is the solution now? If Krishna has kept his devotional service away from us, he's not willing to give us, then who? Wow, how? So listen very carefully now we begin. हे न प्रेम श्री चैतन्य दिलाय था तथा जगाई माधाई पर्यंत अन्येर का कथा. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has freely given this love of Krishna everywhere and anywhere. So we don't value it, right? It's freely given. This is our difficulty. So what we are doing is, we are at least giving us ourselves few tight slaps before we listen to this free knowledge and free mercy. Otherwise we take it for granted, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is given already. No, forget about it. I will take it tomorrow. It's lying there free. There's no money, no interest being paid, no repayment, no EMI, monthly installments, nothing. So no daily installment. But we don't know next moment we'll die. Next moment you'll die. Ask me. You won't realize it. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given freely. See, he did not charge anything. Given freely. Given this love of Krishna, which Krishna has protected, kept himself hidden, is given freely. Everywhere and anywhere. Second point, even the most fallen, such as Jagai and Madhai, these two are rogues at that time, 400 years ago. They were born of a rich family and very pious Brahmana family, but they both took to drinking, alcoholism, money was there in their head, the womanizers, meat eaters. All this was going on there in Navadvip Dham, Navadvip and Mayapur Dham. So to them also he gave freely. Given, don't worry. What then to speak of those who are already pious and elevated? You are not Jagai and Madhai. You are not drinking alcohol and creating ruckus in the streets. So what to speak of little pious people? Mahaprabhu has given us freely. So take advantage of it. All we are doing it is putting some common sense. That's it. So this is a verse. Simple verse, no? 3-point verse. Hena prema Shri Chaitanya dila yatha tatha. Here, there, everybody given. Prema. Lord Krishna's prem bhakti, given love of Godhead. Jagai Madhai Paryanta Anyera Katha. Means still Jagai Madhai he is given. What about other people who are pious? It is easily given to them. Now listen. Are we ready for this now? Yes, let us say yes, man. So give us some support. Otherwise, I'm feeling I'm just beating you up all the time, All your faces have become swollen. You come out of the class, you say, "What happened to your face, man? Your swollen face." Say, "Yeah, I got beating all this for 2 hours of beating I get all this while. Still, you're coming next week." Say, "What kind of people you are, man? You get beaten up next week again. You are showing up your face with a smile. This is not right, man. You should not be. I will run away if I find somebody is beating me all the time. So the demon should be kicked out, from my life. Anyway, you are here, so listen now. Prabhupada is saying this. I try to keep it as transparent as possible. So the distinction between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's gift to humanity and the gifts given by other living beings. You see, there are so many living people who start so many philanthropic organizations, free food, hospitals, NGOs. Even they are corrupt now. 75% of the money goes, if a donation goes to their administrative costs. But still, they're better. So what did Mahaprabhu give, man? You'll ask a question. At least there is tangible here. You get something to eat, man. In some places to stay, women refuge, men refuge, so many things are going on. World for blind people, all this, so many things. Very nice also. But Mahaprabhu, what is different? So Mahaprabhu offers the best facilities. What is it? For going back to Godhead. For going back to Godhead, he gives a facility. With what you go back to Godhead? How do you go back to Godhead? Anyone? One try? How do you go back to Godhead? With love of Godhead. This is a secret. And that is possible only by Prema Bhakti. So Bhakti leads to Bhakti. And we attain that other Bhakti. That is what you can go back to Godhead with. The key is that. Not that, hey Krishna, take me back to Godhead, I'm ready for you. Not that way. Not that way. Say, Krishna, I'm not ready for you. I don't deserve Krishna. You please help me. I want to engage in a loving devotional service. Radharani, please support. Please help. Please help me so I can be engaged. I want to serve Krishna's devotees. Please engage. Pure devotees, I want to serve. Please engage. His teachings of Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj on to serve, please engage. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offers the best of facilities for going back to Godhead. And what is that facility? What do you go back to Godhead with?
Prema
God.
Bhakti.
With
Chanting.
love of Godhead. With love of Godhead. So this is the vehicle. And chanting is the vehicle. Discussion is the vehicle of Bhagavad Gita. If one seriously makes a comparative study of all of these two different gifts, means philanthropic activities people are giving, so many charities, and Mahaprabhu's charity, then one will give, but one has to think deeply that you will certainly give, if you are a real sober person, you will certainly give the greatest credit to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why Kaviraj Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj, he says that Shri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Karo ho vichara, vichara karile chitte pabe chamatkara. So he's saying if you are indeed interested in logic and in arguments, see, we have to think from that point. Intelligently, we have to think. If you really think from logic and argument, then you will kindly apply it to the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if you do so, then you will find it to be strikingly wonderful. What he has given man, the process of going back to Godhead. Why? Because Krishna himself has not given. He said, I will not give you this. Yeah. Krishna has himself said, no, I will not give you. He's kept it hidden. But Mahaprabhu has given it. So to appreciate this gift of Mahaprabhu, we have to have the first session, first class, which we did. Where we got our back black and blue, we had bitten ourselves up. So we understand what we are getting. Otherwise, we are all thinking it will be cheap. Is it not so? Otherwise, how did we not understand that revival of Krishna consciousness is Krishna consciousness? This is within us. We misunderstood it. Okay. Sri Narottam Das Thakur also says, what does he say? Dinahina yata chila hari name udharila tara sakshi jagai madhai. So the two brothers, Jagai and Madhai, they epitomize the sinful population of this age of Kali. Just now observe with me. Observe with me, okay? Go with me. The Jagai and Madhai, these two people whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy, they're creating ruckus on the streets of Navadvip. Said they epitomize the sinful population of this age of Kali. They were most disturbing elements in the society because they were meat eaters, drunkards, woman hunters. Nowadays, man hunter is also there for women. Okay? Both ways. Equal rights, no? So here we're giving equal rights. Woman hunters, in the brackets, man hunters, rogues, and thieves. Is this what you find people around you in the society today? Raise your hands, please. Correct? Yes. They epitomize this. And for them especially, Mahaprabhu given love of Godhead. Follow this nicely. Yet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered them to say nothing of those who were sober, pious, devoted, and conscientious. So those who are not, all of you who are not, you see, you got some chance. But we become victims of it, you see, because our leaders are doing like this. You watch the movie, he's doing danchik, and you want to think this danchik is very good. Yeah, it's very nice. What nice. They are leader of society and they are drunkards themselves. Is it not so? My favorite hero is this. My favorite hero is this. They are also smokers, drunkards, woman eaters. Sorry, meat eaters, woman hunters, man hunters. All these are them, and they are our leaders, and we follow them. Tell me, is it clever? Before meeting us, you thought it was clever, is it not? Yeah, actually, you should have met us at the time of birth only. We would have brought you here, given you 5 slaps, and then, no, chant Hare Krishna, wow! Chant Hare Krishna, wow! No. That is, Anyway, you came when you came. It was wonderful. You're engaging us. Then the Bhagavad Gita also confirms that, to say nothing of the Brahmanically qualified devotees and Rajarshis. So those who are Brahmanically qualified, not Brahmanas, I'm not talking about Brahmanas, Brahmanically qualified devotees and Rajarshis. What does Bhagavad Gita say? Kim punar brahmanah punya bhakta rajarshaya tatha. So anyone who by the association of a pure devotee comes to Krishna consciousness, becomes eligible to go back to Godhead, back home, back to Godhead. So association of a pure devotee is very critical. That's why we say read Prabhupada's books every day. And the chitta will be pure. Consciousness will be pure. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 33, it is said, it just declares, Mam hi partha vyapashritya yepi syuhu papa yonayah striyo vaishyas tatha shudras tepi yanti param gatim. Again. This is going to be very difficult for Matajis and for me especially. I'm going to get black and blue faces now very soon, okay? But don't blame me, talk to Krishna, okay? Right, remember this, I'm just a messenger, I'm just a reader, not a messenger. Mam hi partha vyapashritya yepi syuhu papayonayah striyo vaishyas tatha shudras. All in one line. Striyas, Vaishyas, business people, and Shudras, labor class of people, all in one line. Third line. Te piyanti param gatim. Now you want to hear the translation? Tell me no. It'll save me, save me some trouble. I can move on. Now you want to listen? Mataji is sure? Okay, here we go. Pitaji is also? I'm a Shudra myself. So. Okay, here we go. O son of Prutha, Krishna is telling, those who take shelter of me, though they be of lower birth, like women, Vaishyas, merchants, as well as Shudras, workers, can approach the supreme destination. Ooh. It's a little hard for me, okay? Excuse me. Now, most of us are doing jobs. We are Shudras. Some of us are women. We're women and Shudra both together in this one. And some of us who are doing business, we also in the same line. Women, business people, or Shudras. Only Brahmanas are not here. They don't do anything. That means they live for begging. They live for begging. They're very pure. None of us are like this, man. So don't worry. We are all in the same boat. So don't beat me. I'm also in the same boat like you people, Matajis. I'm a Shudra and Vaishya also. Ultimately, we are all women in the eyes of Krishna. We are Prakriti. Krishna is only Purush. He is an enjoyer. Purusha means enjoyer. Prakriti means to be enjoyed. As servants, we are to be enjoyed by Krishna. Simple as that. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the two fallen brothers, Jagai and Madhai. But the entire world is presently full of Jagais and Madhais. Is it not so? Or in other words, woman hunters or man hunters in the bracket. Or whatever, now they are gays also, so whatever it is. They'll become animal hunters in the future. For Krishna, I heard that happen, but whatever. Anyway, forget about it. Or in other words, meat eaters, gamblers, thieves, and other rogues who create all kinds of disturbance in the society. The activities of such persons have now become common practices. Is it not so? It's common now. Obnoxious. Staying together without marriage, obnoxious. And you call yourself advanced. It's animalistic. Animals do like this. Birds do like this. They don't get married. birds don't have a marriage ceremony and then they sit together. They come and live, have children, and the man goes away, makes the woman pregnant, and goes away. She has to take care of the birds, chicks, and all that. Same thing, animal society. So, are we human society or animal society? Are we gone up or come down? Don't answer the question. Answer yourself. It's become common practice. It is no longer considered abominable to be drunkard. Everybody drinks. When I don't drink this, Hare, Amrish, you're not drinking, man. What are you not drinking? You're sitting alone. Everybody else is drinking. You see? And I'm sitting alone. I'm happy. Don't worry about me. Forget about it. Once I'd gone to in Nepal, in India, in Gujarat, there is a place. Gujarat, there is no alcohol. Alcohol ban is there in Gujarat. So don't go to alcohol, all of you. You won't be able to drink. You won't get your usual drinking. The peg will not find you. So don't go to Gujarat now. Okay. Tomorrow when the office in Gujarat, I don't want to go to Gujarat. They don't give alcohol there. So I don't want to. Send me where alcohol is available for free. See that way. Okay. Anyway, so I went to Gujarat because I don't drink alcohol. But send me to a place called Diu in Daman. It's an area which is on the cusp of Maharashtra and Gujarat. There alcohol is available. So all people from Gujarat come to Diu and Daman to have alcohol. It is full of Gujarat. So what happened? I was going there for some audit work, many moons ago. So we were sitting in a restaurant and they all were drinking, of course, and waiting. I wanted to go to eat somewhere. So they were all eating and were drinking. I said, listen, sweet lime with soda. Now we should not have a soda also. At the time I also have soda, The sweet lime. Now sweet lime water you can have, but I also have soda. So I said, okay, I was the only one having that. Everybody else was having nice days and that. So there's something happened to this bartender, He came to me and he put my glass, put this sweet lime in it, and put his soda bottle like this, and he did some drama he did, like this he did. It filled up nicely, One number trick he did, So it looked very odd to people. Or they were drunkard, they were everybody was drunkard in this big restaurant, posh restaurant. All Gujaratis over there, they were there. So actually they were drunk and they saw one of the drunkards saw this guy doing like this, one number trick, and gave me the glass. And I was about to have. He says he came out from his chair, from his table. He came out like this, He said, "Hey, what did he give you? What did he give you? It looks very good." He actually said that. And seeing others looked at it. Everybody stood up, looking at me. I said, no, don't worry. This is my vegetarian drink. It is not alcohol. He said, no, but it is something. I said, no, it is just sweet lime. Sweet lime with soda. I just with water, give me with soda. That's it. Sweet lime only. Don't worry, you sit down. He did not believe me. I said, no, I'm telling you, sir, it is just sweet lime. It is not alcohol. It's not for you. You sit and drink. When others told me his sweet lime, they went down, sit down, and they drank. Then they gave me a piece of money. I had my sweet lime because I like to have sweet lime with food, And if you have this, nowadays I don't have all this cream and all that. At that time I used to have this cream and all this, Now I didn't digest it very fast, so at that time I also have this. So drunkard, it is very commonplace now. It is no longer abominable. I'm the only one standing alone. I'm abominable. They say you are rascal. It's not drinking. I say yes, you are rascal. दुनिया कहती मुझको पागल मैं कहता दुनिया को पागल goodbye and good luck. Right, so anyway, let's continue our discussion. So it is no longer considered abominable to be a drunkard, woman hunter or man hunter in the brackets, meat eater, thief or rogue. Everybody knows this person has become rich by not paying taxes, but because he's rich, everybody says everybody stands like this. But a man is a thief, man. Nobody wants to say that. Kali Yuga. And the person who's honest, nobody thinks about it. Hey, you kick away. You don't have any money. Kick out. The poor chap will not even have marriage to get married with somebody. So he is too straight. We don't want straight people. We want complicated people. Anyway, each according to themselves and suffer. So for these elements have become has been assimilated by human society. See how beautiful Prabhupada writes. These elements have been assimilated by the human society. That's why become very common. That does not mean, however, that the abominable qualities of such persons will help free human society from the clutches of Maya. They are completely in control of Maya. They're not free of Maya. I tell people, man, I don't drink because I'm already drunk. If I have more, I'll become more drunk, So you people are not drunk because you're drinking. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. You just drink, You ask us. I said, I'm not even breathing here, no. Don't ask me to breathe also, to talk. I don't even breathe here. I'll stop breathing. So rather with all this entanglement, humanity has become more and more. It has become reactions of stringent laws of material nature. It becomes more and more. It's very difficult. Now listen very carefully. Okay, this is where it becomes very technical, but I'm making it more lively because we've got mix of beginners, devotees, intermediate, and leaders. I'm sure leaders are sleeping, so keeping everybody awake now. Listen very carefully to this point. Okay, point number 6. A. One's activities are performed under the influence of the modes of material nature. You know this much, correct? Yeah, we are all influenced by the modes of material nature. Our activities are performed. Prakritiye kriya manani gunai karmani sarvashaha. This is the verse. Bhagavad Gita. B. Because people are now associating with the modes of ignorance, tamogun, and to some extent, mode of passion, rajagun, with no trace of goodness, sattvagun. They are becoming more and more greedy and lusty. Aha! How beautiful! You saw this? Why the society is becoming greedy and lusty? Because they are associating more with the modes of ignorance and little bit of passion. Aha! That's why the society is becoming lusty and greedy. For that is the effect of associating with these modes. And what are we trying to achieve? We're trying to come to the mode of goodness and then leave mode of goodness also. We're in complete minority. Understand this. Tada rajastamo bhava kamalobha dayaschaye. Bhagavatam 1 to 19. See, whole Bhagavatam is all about this only. 1 to 19. What does it say? Tada rajastamo bhava kamalobha dayaschaye. By associating with the two lower qualities of material nature. Lower qualities means mode of passion and ignorance. One becomes lusty and greedy. There we go. Got the answer. Beautiful, is it not so? Who says philosophy is boring? Very practical. So when we want to associate like this, we understand now I'm associating with these modes. When we're attracted by these things. Now this is more. So when we are pure, our thoughts are pure. Chaste for women, chastity is important. You are in the mode of goodness. Everybody else around you are in the associating with the mode of passion and ignorance. They're greedy and lusty. Actually, in modern human society, everyone is greedy and lusty, and therefore the only means of deliverance is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now this Sankirtan movement, which can promote all the Jagais and Madhais to the topmost position of Sattva Gun or Brahmanical culture. Please, this must be understood by women especially. Men also. Men is most important. Women most important. Because you are victimized. What do they tell you? You must wear less dress than you are advanced. Hurry man, where is it written? You must wear less dress than you are advanced. Who gives certificate? I give certificate. Because why? That lusty rascal wants to see you in less dress. But women don't think like this, do they? Don't think. They're victims of it. That's why they need protection. This is the reason why they need protection. Otherwise, you tell me, does it make sense to you? Now that we have told you after so much beating, at the risk of we being called demons by you people, will you do this now? Someone tells you wear less dress, you modern. You say, no, I'm modern already. I don't need a certificate from you. You wear less dress. Your fat tummy, your dirty body, nobody will like to look at you. That's why you have to wear. But women cannot be. Women have to be perfect. But man has to be any nonsense rascal. You see, this is the difficulty. So understand these modes. Understand how people are associating and forcing you to associate. That is why in preaching, you must not associate with those who are preaching. You must give your association. This is the meaning of it. Otherwise, they will drag you. They don't study scriptures. They'll drag you. They will. You are making people think about Krishna. They will make you think about them. Giving them protection. Is it not so? We spend most time thinking about devotees. This is very difficult. This is bad for them. It's good for them. Why? Because they are associated with lower modes. If they are associated with good modes, we don't think about them. Nobody thinks like this. We think about that all of you should think about Krishna. How many of you think that even our tutors, Shiksha Guru should think about Krishna, our behavior should be such? Anyone thought like this? Raise your hands. Yes, thank you for being honest. You don't. This is called selfishness. Why you should not? You tell me, why you should not? You just took, no? Whatever is given to you freely, you just took it. What have you given back? Your modes. But we have to be extra careful not to take those modes. That's why we can, because we don't do all those things, we can put you in the right place. Rascal, we call you rascal also. Why? Because he's been spoken. We'll give you fried slaps. You want to follow, don't follow. It's your business, not mine. But think like this. So far, when you start to think that I should not disturb, I must give them Krishna. Just like they are giving me Krishna, I must make them think about Krishna. That is the difference between a sincere follower and devotee than those who are not, was selfish, like small children, grabbing. What do they give? Right. Think about this next time with your behavior. Nashta prayeshwa bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naisthiki tada rajastamo bhava kamalobha dayaschaye cheta iterna viddham stitam sattve prasidhati. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 18 and 19. Very important verses. Okay, now let's continue. Considering the chaotic condition of the human society, if one actually wants peace and tranquility, then one must stick to Krishna consciousness movement and engage always in Bhagavad Dharma. Tell me, is it not feeling very so nice, sober, in all this chaos? Do you feel the mercy? You feel mercy of Guru Maharaj, shelter of Guru Maharaj in this? And Prabhupada, this is the instructions. See, engagement in Bhagavad Dharma dissipates, means removes all ignorance and passion. Mode of ignorance and mode of passion. Sasagun, Rajagun. And when ignorance and passion are dissipated, one is freed from greed and lust. It will not go away so easily. One has to work hard, pray hard. Especially women. Men also. Excuse me, don't take me, I'm just women, men also. But especially women. Why? Because you are mothers. Consciousness and chitta should be very clean. When freed from greed and lust, one becomes Brahmanically qualified. Doesn't become Brahmanas, become Brahmanically qualified. Greed and lust should be removed. Just see how practical is this. Spiritualism practically implemented in society. Prabhupada has such a broad vision. Just listen more. And when one is Brahmanically qualified person makes further advancement, he becomes situated as a Vaishnava platform. After that, you become Vaishnava, freed from greed and lust. It is only on this Vaishnava platform that it is possible to awaken one's dormant love of Godhead. And as soon as one does it, his life is successful. So this is the point. When you say Krishna consciousness is to arise our relationship, lost relationship with Krishna, dormant relationship. But for that, we will understand what modes are affecting us, affecting me. We are giving a bit deeper on the subject matter now. Passion and ignorance, how we must come out of it to be in goodness. You cannot say, but I don't know, I can't think like this. Then you remain where you are. You must think where with modes you are associating with. And I can tell you, even after such discrimination, it's very difficult to understand. But to come to Brahmanical platform, everybody has to become Brahmanical platform. Mode of goodness, at least this Brahmanical platform. Then true Vaishnavism begins. Then slowly we can awaken our dormant love for Krishna. So this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's moment gives us all these things. Everybody understand what I'm talking about so far? Or is it too hard, too high-flying? I'll ask you questions, especially those who are switch on your cameras. I know you guys are sleeping. Up to you. Now let us go further deeper subject matter. Okay, it's very common practice now. How is this mode of passion and ignorance? You think it is individualistic, right? Or individuals only, right? It is much deeper. It is in our everyday life. You tell me, America is which? What society is it? Capitalism or communism? Anyone, please?
Capitalism.
Capitalism. China is capitalism or communism? China is capitalism or communism? You don't know? Communism, man. There are no elections there. Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah. Anyway, so the world is divided into capitalism and communism. Is it not so? Free economy, business, capitalism. Communism, all central people own everything. Yeah. Now listen very carefully. This is not about any country we're talking about, all right? At the present, human society is specifically cultivating the mode of ignorance, tamagun. Cultivating. We are cultivating bhakti. They are actively cultivating mode of ignorance, tamagun. Although there may also be some symptoms of passion or rajagun. Okay. Full of calm and lobha, or lust and greed. The entire population of the world consists mostly of Shudras. Shudra means mode of ignorance. Workers, labor class. You go to a job, 9 to 5 job, you are Shudra. Excuse me, there's nothing wrong, I'm just telling you. Okay? And few are Vaishyas. What Vaishyas? Business people. They're expert Shudras. They're not no great, they're same rascals. Exploitation. That's why the Shudras have their trade union and all those things to fight for them, you know. And gradually it is coming about that there are Shudras only, very few Vaishyas. Communism is a movement of Shudras. And capitalism is meant for Vaishyas. Do you think like this? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One day you will come to this is Prabhupada's knowledge. This is what Prabhupada wanted to understand, us to understand. They're not my words. It's beautifully clear. Understand deeply. That's why these lectures, this series will change your life, transform your life. So I said, I'm going to think deeply whether I want to speak about this or not. I said, why not? Hey, let's do it. In the fighting between these two factions, Shudras and Vaishyas, always fighting. Labor government in New Zealand, labor government, national government. In America, there is Who are they? Democrats and Republicans. Same. Democrats, Labour, Republicans, capitalists. Same in the UK. Labour and this. The Tories. Yeah. India, same thing. Center left, center right. In the fighting between these two factions, the Shudras and Vaishyas, gradually, due to the abominable condition of society, the communists will emerge triumphant. And as soon as this takes place, whatever is left of society will be ruined. We must think about this deeply. Because if Shudras, why are you doing job? Because you can't do business, right? Why can't you do business? Because business requires some resources, taking risks, all these things. Here you get qualified, do a education, specialize in one thing or the other, in science or engineering. Now you specialize more, chartered accountancy or marketing or lawyer or science degree or this research or that degree. You fit into the society. You have to fit into the society to run the society. You are a Shudra. Right from the childhood, when we send our children to education, we are training them to be either Shudra or Vaishya. Mainly Shudras. There are very few Vaishyas, very few businessmen. And the Shudras will always be exploited. They will always have a consortium. They will always have a union. And the moment there are more Shudras, communism will win, it's finished. Because you require a Brahmanical thinking. See, a Brahmanical thinking talks about this philosophy which we never think about. And a Shudra will say, I don't understand anything, it's very difficult for me to understand. Of course you understand. This is your nature. Where Brahmanas talks about spiritual things, vision, which is not acceptable, which is not understood by common people. God, have you seen God? No, then why are you disturbing me? This is all you think. We all ask the same questions. Is it not so when you started? Why? Who has seen God? I have not seen God. Why have I not seen God? That's correct. So, but a Brahmana controls the senses, studies the scriptures. Brahmana is actually the guru of the society. That's why Prabhupada were actively searching for Brahmanas. Prabhupada says we have started our society to search out Brahmanas, not Shudras and Vaishyas. They will come. Prabhupada said they will come. But the difficulty is, moment you are not, Brahmana will never be able to head an organization, but they can guide an organization. You require a Kshatriya to do so, to manage mentality people, Kshatriya mentality people, not Kshatriya born. Those who have got Kshatriya mentality. But they have to be guided by Brahmanical culture, Brahmanas, who are free. Chanakya Pandit never took salary. He was living as a pauper. Vidur was a prime minister of Indraprastha, but he was a poor man. Not the kings whom he was serving. They are very rich, the Kurus. You see, Vyasadev, Vyas Bhagwan, who wrote Mahabharata, was living in a hut. But for whom he wrote, the Kshatriyas were Rajarishis. They were rich, but they are rishis already, the Pandavas. So they're called Rajarishis. Understand this whole thing. I want us to spend this time to understand this. That is the reason why Brahmanical culture has to be revived. I'm not talking about Brahmana has to be revived. I'm saying Brahmanical culture has to be revived. So if a head is a Shudra, what will he do? Decisions making. He'll create confusion, chaos everywhere. Nowadays, elections, people who speaks nicely, he gets voted, right? Who's voting? Shudras. whom are they going to appoint? One of them to head, Shudra. So what is going to happen? Shudra thinking. Chaos. Greed and lust. Nobody's trying to control anything. A Brahmana becomes a leader. Or he advises, he says, you must control your senses. Stop eating pizzas, pasta, perform Ekadashi, no, have less salt or less sugar, finish. Nobody will have this. Wake up for Mangal Aarti, finish, gone. But this is how you do purify the society. And that is why we are saying, moment you become a big organization, you will have the trouble to have one head. And the head can be either Sudra, Vaishya, whoever it is. This is what is happening with the current religious organizations, temples and all that, churches, temples, mosques. Because not everyone is Brahmanically qualified to head it, or Kshatriya qualified. So Shudras are doing it. So what if a Vaishya comes, what do they do? Start making money. You see a temple, hey, 5,000 people are coming to my temple, let's make money. Let's devise schemes. Put Krishna deity, do Abhishek, give $1,000. Give $400. Abhishek, $400. Hey, rich. So they're going overseas, enjoying. This is not what the temple are made for. What is temple made for? To stop the process of birth and death by giving them knowledge, by teaching Brahminical culture, not Shudra culture to people. We may say, yes, that's right, they're slowly changing. But how slow? You're not talking to them about this. That's why religious institutions, any religious institutions, sun never goes down on their business. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Come here, join us back to Godhead. They're not going to give you a certificate for it. They won't give you a certificate also. We certify that you go back to Godhead. But we are fools to do so. We are Shudras ourselves. We say, no, he will take me back to Godhead. I'm happy, not the thing. I'll chant here. I'll do not control my senses. I'll speak whatever I want to speak. I'll not speak what I want to speak. I'll do this, I'll do that. But I'm going to go back to Godhead. Krishna, Krishna, take me back to Godhead. This is how you want to go back to Godhead. And a person is screaming, shouting to say, you can't go back to Godhead. Nobody's listening to him. Prabhupada, the single most personality, was set alone and changed the whole world. Tell me, what wrong Prabhupada is saying here? Is it not perfectly clear? Is it not so? That's why Prabhupada says, as soon as Shudras take over communism, whatever is left for society will be ruined. The only possible remedy that can counteract this tendency towards communism is Krishna consciousness movement. Now, how? Listen very carefully. How is it that? According to the doctrine of communism, the state should be the proprietor of everything. Correct? Communism says that way. State will control everything. Individual don't control anything. Correct? But the Krishna consciousness movement, expanding this same idea, accepts that God is the proprietor of everything, not state. You see? People can't understand this because they have no sense of God. But the Krishna consciousness movement can help them to understand God and to understand that everything belongs to God. Since everything is a property of God, and all living entities, not only human beings, but even animals, birds, plants, and so on, are children of God. Therefore, everyone has a right to live at the cost of God with God consciousness. This is the sum and substance of Krishna consciousness. Now you tell me, give a clap to Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. How beautiful. Is it not so? This is the vision of a pure devotee, Acharya. Prabhupada wanted this. And you all are young. Whole world is in front of you. That's why we are somehow or other planting these seeds in your brain, in your heart. Hold it tightly. Understand the modes, passion and ignorance. Understand that what does ignorance bring you? Shudra thinking, attitude, labor. What does passion brings you? Vaishya thinking, business, money, money, money. It's a rich man's world. Both are greedy, both are lusty. So how can there be happiness? So for that, Brahmanical culture is needed. And Brahmanical culture is needed through Krishna consciousness. And sooner or later, even the capitalists, I was watching them, they say that communism is actually winning. They won. They had forecasted in 1980s. The book written by them, communists, they say that it will come in the form of capitalism. If you really follow, understand those capitalist thinkers or big businessmen, they say this, they admit it. That they're very worried today in America, they're very worried about capitalism. That it is out to get them out of communism. So there's a big reason behind it, and don't think that this is ordinary. There are also jivas taking birth from other planetary systems in this current on earthly planet to fight this. And that's another discussion. That's not really relevant now. It's just too much information for you guys. So that's why this Krishna consciousness movement is very critical to change the consciousness of society. There's things which you know, things which do not know. That's why we spend time in picking up these points of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and Chaitanya Charitamrita to give you impetus to say, I want to read this more. Imagine, would you not read this Bhagavatam more? Or Chaitanya Charitamrita more? Bhagavad Gita more? This is how beautifully Srila Prabhupada explained this. Okay, now this is how although Krishna's he is bhakti, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving the bhakti. And Prabhupada is teaching us that how it is very imperative for those who have got this knowledge or getting this knowledge or in the movement of Krishna consciousness, those little pious, that they should spread this knowledge to others. That's why we say we are a preaching movement. Prabhupada says, I'm saying, Hare Krishna WECAN is preaching. We are preaching, taking people preachers, making people preachers. So for that, you have to become Brahmanically qualified. Keep your money, hankering tendencies separately. Don't involve in the preaching. Then you can't call people a rascal. Because if you take 1 rupee from them, they will own you for 1 rupee. But they're very happy to go and spend 5,000 rupees for some moral, motivational speakers to listen to the nonsense, or whatever they give. All good to them. Right. More? Some more? Okay. Let's go now. Swatantra Ishvara Hariharaya Namo Krishna Yadavaya Nama Swatantra Ishvara Prema Nigudha Bhandara Balaila Yara Tare Nakaila Vichara. Now listen carefully. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, is fully independent. Therefore, although it is the most confidentially stored benediction, Krishna has kept him away, right? Bhakti. Although it is most confidentially stored benediction, he can distribute love of Godhead to anyone and everyone without consideration. And his followers do so. The Panchatattva, they did not distribute, they opened the doors, the whole warehouse of bhakti, and just gave it away to people. They forced it on people's mouths. Take it, open your mouth, take bhakti Krishna's name, take bhakti Krishna's name. That's what we should be doing. That's what we say. How many of us ask the question, show me about God, I'm searching for God? Nobody, right? But somehow or other, devotees met you, they taught you about, hey, you're wasting your time, talk about Krishna. They did something trick to bring you. Now then you're asking questions slowly. This is their commitment to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. How can they not be your trustworthy and worshipable deity? They brought you to this level. So the preachers are glorious. Even they are purifying themselves, Brahmanically purified. So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can do this. Only he can do this. So this is the benefit of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. If one somehow or other comes in contact with the Hare Krishna movement, without consideration whether they are Vaishudras or Vaishyas, Jagai, Madhai, or even lower than Jagai Madhai, he can advance, he becomes advanced in spiritual consciousness and immediately develops love of Godhead. We now have got actual experience throughout the world, entire world. This movement is making Many such people, lovers of God. That's why we say, why are you doing this? Because I love Krishna. Full stop. No argument. Why do you not eat? Because I love Krishna. You what? I love Krishna. That's why. Who's Krishna? Come, Sunday class. I'll make him meet a demon. He'll teach you who's Krishna. But come with a pad, with some pads. He's going to give you 5 slaps first as you come. The Prabhupada. That's how we make lovers, ordinary people, lovers of God. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Just see the compassion of Srila Prabhupada. That's why Guru Maharaj said to me, take Prabhupada, distribute Prabhupada's message to everyone. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared as the spiritual master of the entire world. He is the spiritual master. That's why he said, Amar Agnar Guru Hona Tara Desh, Jara Tako Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh. Don't wait for anything. Just do it. But I'm not a guru. I'm making a guru. Go teach. You be trained first. That's what we are doing. We get trained first, then teach. Don't obstruct. Don't think there's any obstruction. There's nothing obstruction. Just do it. And what are we doing? I'm reading Prabhupada's books. I made notes to Prabhupada. I'm not speaking. I have no qualification. All I'm doing is reading. What do you will read? You see? So actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared as a spiritual master of the entire world. Prabhupada writes this. He does not discriminate between offenders and the innocent. He wants to give away, give. Krishna prema pradayate. We chant this mantra while offering bhoga. Krishna prema pradayate. He liberally gives love of Godhead to anyone and everyone. Given. No conditions. This can be actually experienced. Now we'll come to the finalized part of this. He is given. Our hope is who? Mahaprabhu. Now see how much hope it is. We discussed about the Jagai and Madhais they can get. Now see further. Adyapiha dekha chaitanya nama yai laya Krishna prema pulakashru vidvala se haya. Whether he is offensive or inoffensive, anyone who even now chants, anyone who even now chants, he wrote 400 years ago, 200 years ago, this book. Okay? So again, whether he is offensive or inoffensive, anyone even now who even now chants Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda is immediately overwhelmed with ecstasy and tears fill his eyes. So you must chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda and tears will come in from our eyes, overwhelmed with ecstasy. Now, we spoke about Sahajiyas, Prakat Sahajiyas. We should be very careful with them. They are not. So they chant Nitai Gaura Radheshyam. They say Nitai Gaura Radheshyam together. This is not right. We don't do such things. Okay? But because they have got very little knowledge of Bhagavad, conclusions of Bhagavad and all that. But they do that. Nitai Gaur Radheshyam. This is how they chant. So there are Baul singers, Prakat Sahajiyas. They are like this. And you see them crying also. They see a lot of cry. You hear them. They are they hardly follow the Vaishnava rules and regulations. They sometimes even have husband wife thinking they are Krishna and gopis and Radha and everybody should worship them and all those things. Because they don't have much knowledge, but they have got a lot of emotions there. They don't follow. In fact, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disappearance, they became more. There are very few pure Vaishnavas. That's why Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur fought for pure Vaishnavism. I sent some messages also, some posts. We should identify those non-Vaishnavas and pick them out. Even today it is happening. Even in Vaishnava societies it is happening. They think they are Vaishnavas, but there's Sahajiyas there. And yet, because they chant Bhajan Nitai Gaura, they don't follow rules and regulations. Okay. Although they are not following properly, they do all this obnoxious, but still, because they chant Bhaja, Nitai Gaura, their chanting immediately invokes tears and other signs of ecstasy. Even they have got this ecstasy. You see how much merciful is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anybody take offensively or inoffensively, you immediately get love of God. You will have some ecstasy. Not love of God, but some ecstasy. Although they do not know the principles of Vaishnava philosophy and are not very advanced in education, the Prakrit Sahajiyas, by these symptoms, they attract many people to become their followers. Even today, you'll find go to Mayapur, Navadvip, even Vrindavan, you'll find all these people. Their ecstatic tears will, of course, help them in the long run. Yeah, because this emotion will help them in some way. As soon as they come in contact with a pure devotee, their lives will become successful. It's very important to come in contact with pure devotee, for the knowledge is to be gained from pure devotee. Even in the beginning, however, because they are chanting the holy names of Nitai Gaur, they swiftly advance on the path of love of Godhead is very prominently visible. Their swift advancement. So even these people who are Sahajiyas, just by taking Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name and Nityananda Prabhu's name, they can also advance. What to speak about those who follow those regulations? And then finally, Nityananda bolite hoya Krishna premodaya. Nityananda bolite hoya Krishna premodaya. Aulaya sakala anga ashru ganga gaya. Simply by talking of Nityananda Prabhu, one awakens his love of Krishna, love for Krishna. Just by talking about Nityananda Prabhu. Thus, all his bodily limbs are agitated by ecstasy, and tears flow from his eyes like the water of Maganga, the Ganges. Just by talking about Nityananda Prabhu. Remember, I discussed once, I think I was answering Krishna's question, that Shem Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj, he had a dream. And the dream, Nityananda Prabhu came to him. He saw him open the door. And what did he was doing? What was he doing at the time? He had all the devotees surrounding, chanting Hare Krishna. What was he doing? He was intoxicated. And he was going like this. Krishna, 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 Krishna. This is intoxication of Krishna's name by Nityananda Prabhu. Who's Sheshanag, Balaram. And he says, now you must go to Vrindavan immediately. Next day morning, he went to Vrindavan. Shut up Vrindavan. Never came back to his place, his home. At the age of 83, he wrote this book, Chaitanya Charitamrita. This book, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Now tell me, here it is said, by simply chanting the holy names of Krishna, one becomes ecstatic and tears come from our eyes, right? Why is it not happening with us? Good question. That is for next class, for next meeting. Enough of meeting today. Hare Krishna. This is all for me. This is for my benefit. I do not know if you got benefited or not benefited. Please excuse me if you not got benefited. It is my fault. If you got benefited, it is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, the blessings of Srila Gurudev, that I could speak some sense. But all nonsense because of me. So just chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. How beautiful was that? I loved it. Did you like it? Yes, Hare Krishna. I thought I'll be alone after this class, None of you will be sitting there. So I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Yes. All right. So those of you who are here, what did you pick up today? Because this is as I said, this will be. I don't know whether I want to ask this question. If you want to pick up, you pick up. Don't want to pick up, don't pick up. That's entirely up to you. I've done my part. I've done my duty. Yeah. So yeah, part 3 would be. So why is it not happening to us? I've been chanting for so many years. I'm not able to cry in Krishna's name. I'm crying because Maya is hitting me all the while. There must be a reason. But I don't think like this. Do you think like this? I thought about it. That's why I'm making these notes. So think. I want you to think. I'm making you think. Any questions anyone has got, please feel free to ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for this very nice class. There's a lot of very nice points. I had a question. When you mentioned that Srila Prabhupada said that Srila Prabhupada's aim was to bring everyone to Brahman class, right? Is that correct?
Brahmanical culture, not Brahman class.
Brahmanical culture, sorry. Yes, Brahmanical culture. And so for like aspiring devotees, how would they like navigate living in the material world? For example, if they have to take a job, do a 9 to 5, then would that be like going into Shudra culture? But predominantly your thinking is as a Brahmanical culture, right? Because you're an aspiring devotee, but you're working. So how would people be navigating through that?
Good question. It's a multifaceted question. Hope everyone understood the question? Answer the question.
Hare
Okay,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
yes.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I did not get the question fully understand. I didn't understand fully question, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Okay. So ask Krishnadas, he'll answer the question. Ask him what part did you not understand?
No, Prabhuji, I got a little bit distracted between. That's why, and then I got confused. So if I just request to Krishna Samarpan Prabhu if he can repeat the question. And sorry for that.
No worries, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Just my question was that Prabhuji mentioned in the class that Srila Prabhupada wants to bring everyone to Brahmanical culture. Right, that's what Srila Prabhupada wanted. So my question was that for aspiring devotees who are being brought into Brahmanical culture, they may also have to, for example, being in the material world, they have to work a 9 to 5 job, or they have to associate with worldly minded people, corporate, whatever the situation is. Would that be then dipping into a Shudra culture? Or is it that the Brahmanical culture that you have, because you're aspiring to be a devotee, that takes predominance over everything? Like how would people be able to navigate through that? Which is what my question was. Hare Krishna. Hope that was clear.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. So everybody else understood the question, right? So it's good. I wanted this kind of discussion to somehow come in our program. It has never come before.
Hare Krishna.
So
Sorry,
yes.
Prabhuji, just to add on to that question, because I was thinking about that exact same question. Like you said, that Shudras will always be exploited by the people, whoever they're working for, who would possibly be Vaishyas only, because they would be like the business leaders or whatever. So I was going to ask the same question, that it's so evident, the exploitation is so evident in and around us. How do we, as people who are trying to adopt Brahminical culture, how do we save ourselves from this exploitation?
Yeah. Okay. So you must understand one thing. Brahminical culture is in the mode of goodness. You cannot do job in mode of goodness. You cannot do business in mode of goodness. To do a job, you have more in ignorance. You have to, what is Shudra job? You're giving your service 9 to 5 or whatever it's done. You're paid for it. The boss says, no, you're paid for it, so do it. Okay, boss. I'm paid for it. My job will go away. What will I do? Oh. So you have to do it. Correct. And the boss is also Shudra. Let's boss the owner. He's also Shudra. He also has his boss. The owner boss is more of is a Vaishya. Show me money, show me money, show me money. I'm putting one rupee, I should get 2 rupees back. Show me money, show me money, show me money. Again, mode of passion. But both are not in mode of goodness. Mode of goodness is what you want. You just don't worry. Come, I'll give you free food. I'll give you free money. But where will you earn? I don't know. He doesn't know how to earn money. A true Brahmana, he doesn't earn. There are different kinds of Brahmanas. Actually speaking, they mention there are those who are salaried Brahmanas also. Remember, we had a discussion about this. We touched this point. Shukracharya was that salaried Brahmana. So his mouth was shut. He regretted it. Why did I do this? And there are those who don't base upon salary. They are free. They depend upon Krishna. Now you tell me you depend upon Krishna. No girl will marry him. Hey, depend upon Krishna. My God, doesn't have any house, lives in a hut or whatever it is. I'm not going to get married. He remains celibate. Yeah. The other Brahmanas who are there, whatever is left, so they depend upon the mercy, bhiksha of people. They give that, take it, live like that. Brahmanical. This is Brahmanical qualified people, not by birth. I'm talking qualifications. Then there are other Brahmanas, other kinds. They do not even beg. They don't beg. They go. So where there are Vaishyas farming taking place and all that, farms or vegetable markets, you still find in India big vegetable markets. So whatever is left behind on the floor, on the ground afterwards, they pick that up, collect it, and they cook and eat it. So in the olden times, the Vaishyas, the class was different. You were qualified also Vaishyas. Now hardly there is a Vaishya. Everybody is Shudra only nowadays. Lower than Shudras, Although they may be mercantile doing business, but they are Shudras basically. They are just rotten people. Thinking is very rotten, exploitation of others. So in olden times, the Vaishyas, mercantile people, they used to farm, and when they used to do the farming, like grains and all that, they would on purpose keep some grains on the floor. After a whole day's work, they keep some floor, whatever, and they take it will go away. So the Brahmanas would come in the evening, and there they pick up some and they go and have it. Nowadays, business people don't do like this. They'll take everything away. So they are worse than Shudras. So they're not existing anywhere. So we are living in a very obnoxious situation, in a very precarious condition. What should a devotee do? Now, first of all, devotee should know what is their own quality with they were imbibed. Are they Shudra quality? The Vaishya quality? There's no harm to be wherever you are. Anyone can become Krishna conscious. That's why it is mentioned. Now you'll understand the basic concepts, but you just heard it. Have we not said this? That anyone can become Krishna conscious, be it born as a low class woman or a Shudra or Vaishya. How many times you have said this? Unlimited times you have said it, right? In Kali Yuga, because the chanting of it is because of this degradation. One cannot live in mode of goodness. Neither in mode of passion alone, not a mode of ignorance. It is worse. That's what Mahaprabhu says, take it. What is your chance otherwise to go back to Godhead? And Mahaprabhu were called. He did not come, descend. He was requested to come by a devotee. Advaita Acharya Prabhu. He requested him that this is a fallen age, it's becoming more fallen. No, nobody can save. I can't save. Please come, my dear Lord. So he requested Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna to come. Please come and then deliver this world. Inaugurate this movement. That's why he inaugurated the Hare Krishna movement for his people of the world. So you may be either Vaishya or Shudra, wherever you are. It's important to know this. And then be a devotee. You'll be satisfied. But you understand, this is very important. Why is it important? I'll tell you. Even in spiritual organizations and temples, Prabhupada said we are looking for Vaishyas, we're looking for Brahmanas to do devotion, the duty worship, right? So anyone who was becoming devotee, the chanting will purify them. So they were given Brahman initiations. So they all were doing Brahman deity worship. But they're not qualified. Even today, those who do, they will have some other thinking, Shudra thinking going on. They do business, they speak lies, create politics. Again, the head of the temple, he should be Brahmanically qualified, or church or mosque. But he's not, he's Shudra, or he's a Vaishya. If he's Shudra, greed and lust will flow everywhere. That's what we say, no? If he's a Vaishya, he'll make business out of the temple or mosque or church. And then whoever is getting big money, oh, it's very good, it's very good. Everybody says that. What are they doing? Using Krishna to make money. Business. Nothing Brahmanical about this. Have I said this before to you guys? Remember this? Now does it make sense to you? A true Brahmana will say, Brahmana means what? If he gets 1,000 rupees, he distributes 1,000 rupees back. This is true Brahmana. Now at least that we can expect from the religious institutions, right? You collect the money, you distribute the money. That doesn't happen. Maybe happening in some places, excuse me, but I'm just telling you this. That's why we say, chant Hare Krishna, make your temple, you can go wherever you want to go if you want to. You understand your position. Because there's complete everywhere. That's why people are not going to religious places. Exploration, money, give us money, we are doing this, give us money, give money, you're doing that money. What? We have come here to just take. And what are you doing? By giving money, you're doing devotional service. Where does Prabhupada writes this? Krishna writes this in Bhagavad Gita. By giving money to temples or churches or mosques, you become doing devotional service. Then why are you asking this? They're giving money also. Yeah, it is also fine. If you can afford, do it. But you can't. If you have land, cultivate the land. If you're not cultivating, don't call it farm. Just call it land. Don't be hypocrite. This is the problem that happens because even in our society, where Prabhupada's teachings are going on, are been taught, this is not been implemented. What to speak about this? So for outsiders, devotees, as Krishna is asking the question, what was he to do? Doesn't matter. If you are a Brahmanically qualified person, you'll always find yourself misfit. Not interested in job, earning money, doing business, not interested in this. You'll always be like this. So you're Brahmanically qualified. But those who are money, can't do the business, do a job, do it, chant Hare Krishna. At least you keep in that position of being a Shudra, being a Vaishya. Everything is good. Nothing is downtrodden. Everything is good. From any position, you can go back to Godhead. That is the real meaning of it. We're putting into perspective now. But if you think that you are not Shudra, but you're acting, you're thinking you're Shudra. Your limited thinking is there. But you've got ego like fire, man. So Brahmana, when he's speaking, you don't understand any word what he's talking about. But your ego goes far out, and you criticize the person. You're falling down. Why this happens? Because you don't accept your position as a Shudra or a Vaishya. A business person thinks of business, but money, talking about money. So Brahmana says, don't talk about money. Talk about Krishna here. Talk about money outside in your home or your business place, not here. Understand? I don't want to be here. This is nonsense. This is because he's talking about Brahmanical culture. He's in Vaishya culture or Shudra culture. So it's never fitting anywhere. But if one is submissive to understand, yes, I am greedy. I've come here to reduce my greed. This person can help me then it is a different situation. That's why in preaching, it is very difficult, very, very difficult to preach. And this is the meaning whereby you should not take association of people who are preaching with. You must give association of new people because they will influence you. You may be all right, but a Vaishya or a Shudra will influence you. You know, you must do this. It is not right. You must do that. And if you are foolish to listen to them, you are gone. As a preacher, you are gone because you are getting influenced by them. You should be influenced by those who are not Vaishyas or Shudras. What is the mode of goodness? If you cannot find anybody, read Prabhupada's books. Get guidance from Prabhupada in the mode of Maharishi Gosai Maharaj. You understand this? Krishnadas, is it okay? So it is very important to know your position which you are in. It may change over a period of time. And it should change. After age of 50, a preacher should work towards a way. It is difficult. Ask me. Businesses are making losses. Jobs are not happening. So how do you preach? You have to do such things to maintain the family. You don't live in some cuckoo world. You're living in a real world. In today's condition, in New Zealand, in Australia, in America, everywhere, cost of living is so high. India, there's nothing cost of living. People have to use their own savings as of now, business people, to survive. Their savings I'm talking about. There is no business. I'm sure in Australia, the same situation is there. New Zealand, the same situation is existing. America, same situation is there. You depend upon your savings. You see, so how do you navigate this? So this is why we say that bhakti, Krishna consciousness is an everyday process. Every day for that, you understand the concepts. And you have to live the concepts and practically implement it in your life. And everybody has to fit in this way. And Vaishyas, this is a problem with everybody, business people. What about Shudras, those who are job? You tell me in New Zealand, Australia, America, wherever you are doing so much hard work, man. How much savings are you able to do? No savings. Everything is gone away. Your little bit of house here, there, even that is so costly, man. Rents are so high. You see, cost of living is so much, so costly. And there are tariffs, and there are rates, and this and that, and income tax, and this tax, and that tax, finished. You have to navigate it. So first position is this, you should know where you're lying, where you are. And for preaching, somehow come into Brahmanical way, pray to Krishna, and your activities will change slightly. Everything cannot be discussed in as an answer, question, answer. It has to be practically also done. No? But is this okay? Is this clear, this point? Did I answer your question broadly, Krishnadas?
Yes, Roger, it does. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Anyone else has to say anything? Because it's a broad topic, you know.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to say it is a broad topic, and it's as you mentioned, something that has not been really discussed, you know. So yeah, that's why I like the class today, because it touched on these points. So thank you very much for your elaboration, Herbal.
Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. All glories to them. I done nothing. Yes, anyone else has to say any questions, ask any questions? Is it okay, Mother? Your question also answered? Devanshi Mataji? Somewhere?
Yes, Prabhuji. It's something I've been thinking about lately quite a lot. So that's why I had a lot of thoughts on this. But yeah, yes, Prabhuji, it's a broad subject. It'll take a lot of time for me to understand and implement personally.
Yeah. And this is why Prabhupada, our teaching, if you want to really understand Krishna consciousness, you must read books or what is spoken directly. And there are personal instructions, conversations, all this is going on, very much so. But again, it is, we have to do it in guidance. You can't take all the medicines together. You have to go step by step. So I took, as I said, I debated before I could discuss this series of discussions. This is the most important discussions, which I thought we have to bring it out to the public. You know, I was thinking about the beginners level devotees. It's too hard for them to understand this, immediately, who are new. Yeah. So I hope they'll forgive me. Okay. Anyone wants to say anything else? Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Amrish Prabhu. Thank you very much for your very relevant discussion. I was in and out, but I was listening. And so my question to you on this discussion about Brahminical qualities, and we had discussion one-on-one also on this topic many times. Prabhupada actually wanted Brahmanas, he wanted to devotee to develop Brahminical qualities and preach. And that's why he was giving sannyas and all those initiation and Brahminical initiation. So, and since those Brahminical qualities actually could not be inculcated, because I think these are the qualities which are inherent in the nature. We all have a nature depending upon what are our choices, no? That modes decide whether we are Brahminical or we have Kshatriya quality or Vaishya quality or Shudra quality. So, Prabhu, so my question to you is, Prabhu, these Brahminical qualities are only for male or also for female also? Means we discussed about that brahmachari and they should not get married, and all those girls now talk about not getting married and all those things. So can they become like this and preach?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Srila Prabhupada, there was a situation where Prabhupada told the devotees, become brahmacharis. Why to get married? It's like a big burden of family, Find a job, do business. Brahmachari, you can sleep anywhere, wake up anywhere, do other things, Then he found that there are so many girls joining the movement in the West Indies. They're all single women. So what happens about them? So Prabhupada said, this is a mismatch. Our instructions are mismatch, Prabhupada said. So they have to get married. You see? It's about women, Prabhupada says, they cannot live alone. They should not live alone. Circumstantially, it can happen sometimes, but they generally should not live alone. But there are others. Many divorces happen in the society of ISKCON. Many divorces, Prabhupada. They married man and girl just like that, without them knowing each other. They took out the names and picked out the names, and it's okay, you are marrying this person, and they got married. This is how it is. It happened that way also. So, yeah, that's another topic, but that's fine. But women should be married. They should be married. And many times when they were left alone, their husband went away or did not manage. The separation was highest in ISKCON. A lot of separation takes place. Yes. So Prabhupada said, well, then Jagannath is your husband now. Worship Jagannath as a husband. Prabhupada gives kind of instruction also to some disciples, not to all. So generally women should not be alone. Women should be married. They should have a proper husband there, who can do so. But generally they should be married. This is a general idea. They cannot be sannyasis. They cannot be brahmacharinis. It's a wrong thing, brahmacharinis and all that. It's a very, very teething problem in today's religious organizations. I'm nobody to give a solution. But in Hare Krishna WECAN, this answer is not relevant to all outsiders. It is relevant only to our Hare Krishna WECAN devotees here. We have to qualify that. But it is up to them. We cannot force in today's world, Jain Jagas and Madhas. But Krishna will protect, Every Jagai Madha also wants a very chaste woman. He will be a rascal. So you will put your conditions. These are my conditions. You stop being Jagai Madha. If you want Sita, you have to be acting like a Ram. Let's find some other demoness if you want to. So, but there's a nature of woman. This is how it is. Yeah. It has to be discussed on occasional occasions, but generally speaking, they should not be not married. Is that okay? Okay. Very clear answer.
Yes, Prabhuji, another thing I wanted to get clarification. Thank you for answering, Prabhu. I knew that, yeah, it's not a very clear-cut black and white situation. It's case by case.
Yeah, but they have to get married. That is one thing.
Yeah,
Only that's it.
that's our Vedic
Yeah, obviously. Any
instruction.
exception should be discussed. Yeah.
Yeah. So and the other thing is, Prabhu, this Brahminical qualities and this other qualities, can it be developed or they come from pre-birth situation? Means Chaturvaja Vedante Mam. So in this context, how will you put it, Prabhu?
Yeah, good question. These are some points which are beyond my capacity. So we are born. There's something which is we are born with. There's something which we are born with, and there are some qualities which we acquire. But we must be understanding this, that you are your own judge. What you acquire. No third person can tell you you acquired this quality. That may not be coming as a right way. That's why in organizations, people are not qualified. Also, they become brahmacharis and sannyasis, and so they ultimately go and fall down with women. So they were never qualified to become sannyasis because they were told to become sannyasis. They become sannyasis. But he said, all this while I always felt I should get married. Then why did you become sannyasi and take so many disciples? Thousands of them. Now you're leaving them and going to get married with somebody. So again, those people who told them to become sannyasi were wrong, no, in saying that. So sannyasi, being a brahmachari, these are all inherent qualities and modes that we acquire. Not everybody can attain this. But there are some which we are born with and some which we can change and acquire. And that is a mystical thing about bhakti yoga. That's why I say I cannot answer this question clear black and white. Although to say yes, you born with, yes, you can acquire something. But to what extent it changes, that only you know. Don't let anybody else tell you, because they will be wrong. Institutions are failing in this point. I give one example. There are so many examples of this way, religious institutions. Because they have to run the religious institution, they are forcing people to say, no, you become this, but you're not qualified for it. You see? Then you are getting havoc in the society. But Prabhupada did that. Yeah, he did it to establish certain things. So you can do it. We are not stopping anybody. But hey, better to stay within. It is the first thing is you should know which modes you are in. Passion. Think about it. It is a deep thinking. What am I influenced with? Only passion or Kshatriya part? Ignorance or ignorance only? Or the Brahmanical part of it also? All this, So yeah, one is just first be very honest. This is why honesty to oneself is very critical. And then slowly one can acquire. Change can happen. What happens is, Prabhuji, change can happen when you want it to happen in you. So if you are passionate all the time, and say, I want to change this passionate, I want to be in mode of goodness, so you'll work for it, no? At that time, somebody comes and says, you're passionate, still, you are a guru, you become guru, and you go there, then you're misled and misleading other people. But if you say, no, I'm passionate, I need to go back to more of goodness at least before being transcendental. Otherwise, I'll just enjoy what is given to me. So when the real change happens when we want to change. That is the most important part. And Srila Prabhupada says, this Hare Krishna movement, this chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and study of the scriptures will help you change. So don't let anybody else tell you. You must know, and you will know, I'm not ready for this. Or I'm ready for it. You see? That's why I say, all this while I say that only those who are real lions and tigers can be with us. I've said this. This is the reason why. Because you're not lured by what others tell you to do. You're Durdarshi. As a Brahmana, you can think of future. How is it going to affect this? How will it affect that? Do I take this decision now? Will it benefit me, benefit others? How is it? We should always look at our benefit or others' benefit. Why preaching is done, why not happening? So this is very, very, that's why I said, and Guru Maharaj says, you must read the scriptures, study them thoroughly, and then think, is my behavior according to these or not? So this discussion that we are having, I'm very happy we are having this discussion. These discussions have come out in the open. This was one of the points which I wanted to raise for so long. Because Prabhupada is this point. And it is very critical. Those who are Brahmanas will be able to preach. You require Kshatriyas and Vaishyas to organize things. Prabhupada said, to run a temple, the householders should do it. A sannyasi, a brahmachari should not do it. Because you require money coming in, going out. You see? Otherwise, you'll be misled. Totally misled. Guru Maharaj told me once that Maharaj householder, successful householder, and had perfectly qualification, age of 60 or something, Maharaj, then after he went join the temple, and then he said, what service will I give you, because Maharaj was very old at the time, all very young, 20 years old Prabhupada disciples, Maharaj was not Prabhupada disciple, but still, very old, 60 years, 50, 60 years. So Maharaj says, listen, I am a householder, so don't give me money job, that I have to count money. My hands go like this, seeing money, Maharaj said, this is me and my wife and my son, my hand go like this, when I see money. So don't give me. So the temple head was very happy. He said, okay, I will not give you money. We'll give you some other service. This is Brahmanical qualification, you see. Not that Maharaj was not influenced by this. Maharaj is very prosperous. I am in touch with Maharaj's family even now. They're very prosperous. But because Maharaj were pure, he said, no, don't give me this. And anything else. Once Maharaj said to the temple president, listen, you kept the hundi, the tijori, the money donation box. You kept it in the temple. Where temple is, he's got his wall outside on the street. So anybody can break the wall and steal the box and run away. Because I'm a grahastha, I've seen life, so I'm telling you this. So Maharaj is telling me this point. And the same temple president, one night, broke the wall, took the money, and ran away. So this is how it is, Brahmanical qualifications. See? So I don't know why Maharaj said this to me, but it is training to me. It's helping me so much. So much. So yes, we can change. If we want to change, we can change. And we should not be a hypocrite. The most important thing is to be satisfied in your position. Okay, I'm a Shudra only, right? I cannot do business. I got limited thinking. Then we must act like one. You must not pick up a fight with a Brahmana who's got deeper knowledge. So because you will not understand what he's speaking. He speaks Greek and Latin to you. So he's speaking philosophy, high philosophy, and you don't understand a word. But you don't pick up a fight because of your ego. You're exposing yourself for no reason. And your progress is stopped because of your ego. The Brahmana's progress is not stopped. He's speaking the truth. He's moved on. That's why in preaching, don't take association. Give association. Whatever you are in. I'm not saying you are, but preacher should at least try and aim for Brahmanical qualification. And slowly we'll discuss individually also how the financial things to be taken care of. Because it is going to become worse. I had said post-COVID, it's going to be worse financially for people. You have to change everything concept. You cannot retire practically for some whatever reason. You have to work for the money part and all those things. So there are ways in which money should be done in a Brahmanical way. Not everything can be discussed openly like this. It requires some submission. and then guidance can be given, But yeah, answering your question, I think I told you that we're born with, and we can change provided we want to change. And do not let others tell you that, oh, you have changed. No, you should know when you have changed. Do not be hypocrite. We give you examples of that also. Otherwise, it creates havoc in a society. Businessman, temple president doing business. Shudra, temple president, chaos in business and everything. Nothing else chaotic going on everywhere. Confusion. Then the head of against his head is against Shudra is again finished. Or Vaishya is finished. So a Brahmana is kicked out. Absolutely kicked out, Brahmana. Will never fit in. I don't fit in here. I'm quietly sitting chanting because what I read is what I see. So better I read and I chant where I am. You see? Make my home in temple. Okay? Is that all right, Prabhuji?
Perfect, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else have any other questions? Anyone else, please?
Srushti Mataji raised her hand.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I can't see everybody, so please don't raise your hand. Just speak up,
Hare Krishna,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class. Thank you, devotees. Prabhuji, I had two questions. One of my question has been answered about the marriage, which Avinash Prabhuji asked.
Yeah.
And my second question is regarding, there was one of the point which you mentioned that we should know that when are we wasting our guru's time or making them think about Krishna or not. So how do we know that we are wasting our time? Because most of the times we are asking the questions which are irrelevant, like which are where we are struggling to do our bhakti, or most of the times we are also asking about many things about our job or anything like that. So how can we differentiate that we are wasting our guru's time or we are making them think about Krishna or not?
Yeah, please don't misunderstand. What I'm trying to say is this, that questions, tad vriddhi pranipatena pariprashena seva. You must ask questions, then you get your answers. That is perfectly all right. Asking question is perfect. Don't bring your ego in it. False ego should not be brought in. Then you're wasting time. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So all answers are good answers. All questions are good questions. But you will know this is ego only speaking. So it's a good thing because we said a disciple should also be as qualified as a guru, pure devotee as guru. Or controlling the senses as guru, or whatever it is. One day you all are going to become preachers. No discrimination, man, woman, don't worry. Just do it. But be careful. For women, you have to be careful. We should teach many to women only if it's possible. If not, they let your Shiksha Guru, your mentors teach you, how to do manage without it, how it is. So, but anyway, so it's better that you are, whenever you ask questions, perfectly all right. Don't bring the ego in the middle. That's why when, personally speaking, I have a policy. You will see me by your side, by anyone's side, as a servant. Till the time I sense ego. Moment is ego, I cannot touch it. It's very dirty. Because the ego, our ego is our own past lives and mold, and it's very dirty thing. You can't touch it, It's our very personal situation of egoism. You don't want to be touching someone else's part of that. So I don't touch that. You can do your things. Follow what has been told to you, good for you. So never bring ego in your relationship. It's the worst thing you can ever do. For your own sake, nothing else. People have forgotten you, they've forgiven you. Devotees are not vicious, but you are not helping yourself, Hope you understand this, what I'm trying to say.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, very nice. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Any other questions anyone has got?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you
Very
for
good.
answering questions before. I may be asking this question a bit prematurely, but I just wanted to understand that we say both of these things, that firstly that women should be always protected, but we also say that everybody should be financially independent. And so my question stems from again, because this is something I've been thinking about quite a lot, that you know that you're in whatever job or business or whatever that we're doing, it is always like, no matter in what position, there is always exploitation in some form or the other. Like it's I don't know how to put it into words, but like there's just in the form of like the working hours and all. I'm just talking about like the timings and the amount of labor and emotional intensity that it requires. But you still have to do it because you need to be financially independent, because you don't know what might happen. And it always this question always plays me, because the women that I see around me working in the same company as me, who are working very hard, very highly achieving as women, but their personal lives, their family lives are suffering quite a lot because of it. But then they say that you have to be financially independent, but because you never know what might happen. And I find it in every field around me. All my women friends, all my female friends are suffering with the same problem. That how do you balance these two things? And especially as somebody who also has to, in addition to all these things, who has to balance Krishna consciousness as well, make time for that, all of that as well. It's very tricky. And on top of it, it is very tricky for me to assimilate the concept of that women should also be protected and they should be, cared and nurtured for it. So sorry, yeah, that was the question that I had. I'm sorry if I didn't make sense, but yeah,
Okay. But I just want to ask you one point very clearly. That on top of it, you do Krishna consciousness. What do? You cook for Krishna every day?
I I don't as of now, but ideally that would
No, you
happen.
don't, right?
Yes.
Wake up Mangal Aarti every day. Perform Aarti, every Mangal Aarti, perform Aarti. Yeah, small things, right? Correct. Cooking takes a lot of time. Try doing that first. We have been through this thing, so I'm telling you at this point. Okay. Yeah. So this is where we say that Shudras are more prevalent in this world. This is exactly the same problem. If Brahmanical culture was prevalent, then you say, okay, now how many of you young women would marry a person who says, I don't earn money? I'm a Brahmanical person who's poor. How many of you will marry? Raise your hand. Nobody will raise their hand. If you go and marry, your parents will kill you, I mean, you're not married, but I'm just telling you this as a matter of fact. Is it not so? So then it's your choice you're making. That's why we say the society has become very obnoxious. Earlier, if you remember when we had discussed Kardama Muni's marriage with Bharat Devahuti, how they got married, Kardama Muni was a pauper. He was a sage. He lived in a hut, thatched straw hut. When he was about to get married, yeah, he was instructed. And then the girl, Devuti, was so beautiful. She was a daughter of the monarch of Manu, who is the king of universe. He is the Manu. He is the king of universe. You understand this? Every Manu, there are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. Says one Manu. He's not king of earth, universe. And Brahma says, get him married to Kardama, who's sitting in the hut there. And he went there begging, please, can you get married to my daughter? And she married him. And she also became very trodden, sickly. Because he was constantly meditating. She had to serve him. No food, no this, that. He would not eat. And her hair became very this thing. He was not interested in sex, nothing at all. Yes, then she said, "But my sister is getting children. I want to also get children." That's when he said, "Okay, I'll give you." That's when things changed. He had all the powers, but for many years, not 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, he was poor like her. Her clothes were torn and all those things. She became very thin and frail. How many of us can do this? You tell me. And the same Karamuni told the father, Swayam Bhuvamanu, when my first child will be born, male child, I will leave the home. You understand this? He said, yes, promise. Exactly what happened. He got a child. Yeah. And he left. How many of you women would be, I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just telling you, how would be married in similar situation? How many? They're the stories, isn't it? Good for here, not implement. So if you can't, then follow this. Struggle. Be financially independent. I'm not saying you should not be financially independent. Do not get me wrong. If I have a daughter, I'll make her also financially independent. Because tomorrow you do not know who rascal will do whatever, They should be independent. No doubt about it. That is not today's world is not a question. Education, but chastity is important part. And then you do the things what is needed to be done, do it. But your focus should be Krishna. So do your job 9 to 5 or 9 to 7, 9 to 12, whatever job you want to do. But after that, I've got private life too, personal life too. Well, you're not ambitious, I'm very ambitious, but I've got personal life too. Look into the eyes and tell them this. I don't need a certificate from anybody to show how ambitious I am. I'm very ambitious, but I have my personal life too. If job cannot be done in 9 to 5, then either two things are happening. First, either I'm inefficient or my organization is inefficient to give me the job according to my 9 to 5. Sometimes say this, you'll see what happens. I don't always say, leave. I say, okay, good night, goodbye, and good luck. Find another job. No, don't do such things. Otherwise, I'll just say, Mom, Bishop told me, that demon told me. Your father mother will come, oh, this brother. No, you do whatever. I will do this. Yeah. But I've been through this. You are talking about it now. I've been through this how many years ago? 30, 40, 35, 40 years ago. Exactly the same thing. When all these things was new, what you are experiencing today was just started. I was in television company industry, media industry. So we would start at 9 o'clock, finish at 12:30 in the night. We used to have meetings. I've been there. 12:30. After that, they would go out for drinking till 3 o'clock in the morning. And next day morning, you can't come late. If you come late, I say, yeah, what, half day or what? I used to leave at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock in the evening, I used to leave to go to work. Say, Ambrish, half day. I said, what do you mean? Come on, yeah, life. Yeah, I've been there. I've exactly been there, done that. But there was one of my colleague who said, this is too much. I can't deal with it. He left. He left our television company, which is still existing even now. No, this company changed. I think it's there still. And joined another television company. He said, no, this is not for me. 9 to 5 is good for me. They left. So it is like this, But I've been there. And this is not once, it's regular. 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock meetings, 12:30 meeting. Yeah, too much. Yeah. And also come on weekend also about to do my work. So I've been there, all this. At the time, the Indian economy had opened up. So we had a lot of Western companies coming in and all those things coming in, a lot of collaborations and, all this. So, yeah. So you have to navigate this. And that is the reason why we are giving you this knowledge. And it's always going to be a struggle for you. So you have to find your space and the limits. And that's what we encourage you to do so. You say, no, this is passionate. I'm not so passionate. So you should have this kind of, and sometimes you tell this clearly. I'm very, ambitious. I'd like to have a personal life too. Otherwise, I'm not able to progress. Yeah. And today in India, youngsters are having so many health issues. So many health issues, including heart issues, liver issues, food, stress. It is completely obnoxious. And that 40 years ago, I remember, still remember, I met one German organization for advertising. And I changed my job after that. Yeah, same job, yeah. But afterwards, yeah, around that time only. And these guys were so happy. He said, India is great. He said, there is no time limit. People, we have employees coming and working, no time to go home. Even Saturdays is they are there to work. Wonderful. There I can't do such things. We can't do such things. So yeah, that's why. Third world country, they want to exploit people. So you have to think. Choices have to be made. It's very, very important. And I'm telling you, sooner or later, people will say meditation, spiritual life helps for your stress levels. Tell them, I take my work seriously, I take my personal life seriously, and I take my spiritual life seriously. Look into the eyes and tell them this one. Never, if you are going to say this, I'm not saying you must say it, but if at all you say with confidence, looking into their eyes, say, I'm very good. I would tell this. I say, I'm not good. I'm damn good. And nobody has told me wrong. That's all. Try me. So it's all right. Yeah. But these are all learning curves. It helps us to become. How will others understand? If I had not worked at that time there so hard, how would I understand what you're talking today? I'm telling you, dinner 3:30 in the morning, dinner time. I've had this. It will go with the family, with the office people. Saturday again, you've got meetings. All this off, you still come for meetings, and then again they have daru, you have got alcohol, drinking, and food. I said, you drink alcohol, I'm having my food. So that's how it is. Did I answer your question or just confused you? If you don't want to answer the question, just confuse the people.
No, Prabhuji, that's a perfect answer. Thank you so much.
All the best. All the best. Okay. Although we are a little over time, I still am happy to answer questions. If any questions anyone has got. But these are very important discussions. You must listen to it again, I would suggest. So it's up to you. Those who are also in civil services, you have to manage politics, manage this, manage that. It's very difficult, not so easy. That's what Krishna will protect. Okay. I'll wait for 10 more seconds. We can conclude today's class. Thank you. Jai. Shila Gurudev ki jai. Jagat Guru Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Shishinitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol Hare Krishna. So we covered quite a few points, right? There are a lot of things about communism and capitalism and all those things, all the isms and where it fits in and modes of material nature. We never thought like that modes of material nature influences the whole society. This is how it influences society. Yeah, and all those isms. Yes, please. Okay, whose turn is it to sing Maharaj? Maharaj, please hear us.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's my turn, Prabhuji.
ओ माधव जी का टर्न है जी। कैसे हैं माधव जी आप जी?
मैं ठीक हूँ प्रभुजी, आप
आप
कैसे हैं?
खेलते हो पबजी? मैंने खाली सुना है उसका नाम, मैंने कभी खेला नहीं है, खेलना भी नहीं, बेकार है वो, अब मत खेलना, ठीक है ना? ठीक है ना जी? और पब में जाना भी नहीं जी। ठीक है जी। ओके, तो अब अच्छा गाएंगे आप, अच्छी तरह से सिंगिंग करेंगे एक्शन के साथ, ठीक है ना? हम फॉलो करेंगे आपको, ठीक है? 1 2 3 शुरू कीजिए।
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
But today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest crime.
is the greatest crime.
Because wasted time
Because wasted time
means a
means a
means to
wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
It's a wasted mind.
So best is your time
So best use your time
when you're in prime,
when you're in your prime,
and your whole life
and your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth is gone,
there is nothing wrong.
then there is nothing wrong.
But if your health is gone,
But if your health is gone,
that's a different song.
that's a different song.
If your characters dies,
If your characters die,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior,
Only saintly behavior,
let humanity thrive.
let humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna
We must always remember Krishna
and never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this? There's so many things to do.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
And here's the greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to look so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely
So listen very closely
and make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something's used tomorrow,
Something's due tomorrow.
finish it today.
Finish it today.
Whatever's used today,
Whatever's due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things,
but you think again,
but you think again,
don't follow them,
don't follow them,
and you'll win in the
and
end.
you will win in the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we are given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live for what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You'll enter that this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this well, see Krishna every day.
When our time is up, he'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
When our time is up, we take us up above. We sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. Is only by this world will ever become sin.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. It's the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question
Now please ask this greatest question
and find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna
You can only remember Krishna.
if Krishna remembers you.
Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय जगन्नाथ महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री निताई गौर चंद्र प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिद्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। If I made any offenses against anyone, please forgive us. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमति महाविष्णु गोस्वामी नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमो सरस्वती देवी भगवान कुचायने निर्विशेष प्रसाद विस्तारिणे। Hare Krishna. So Krishna willing, we'll see you next week, same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vishnu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram.